Good morning, good evening, whichever it is to you, and good to see you. It is evening here where I live in South Korea, and I am looking forward to this time tonight. So I'm gonna get ready to pull up a few questions here, and we're gonna go straight into talking about the test and doing some examples here. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time. Again, my name is Mr. Shank, and I've been a teacher for 11 years now. Most of that time in South Korea. I've taught ESL, English as a second language, high school, middle school, elementary, college, university, private students to CEOs, like CEOs of Hyundai and other companies as well. And these days I am teaching TOEIC speaking. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to share that information with you. And if you have questions, I would love to get them. So as you're watching and joining, if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. And if I don't get it this time, or if you're watching this on the replay, you can put your questions in the comments. And maybe I'll make a video about that to help you. It is my greatest desire in making these videos that you would be helped. My wish, my prayer is that you would be able to pass your tests, get higher scores, do better, have more confidence, and achieve your dreams in English. So I'm happy that you have joined here and that I could be a part of that. Okay. So let's continue on here. And by the way, a lot of the resources I talk about here include ChatGPT and other videos which I've made. They're amazing, and I recommend you go check those out. So I'm not sure how much of that was heard too well, but hopefully it was good enough. I forgot to put my mic here. That's all right. No problems. We're going to keep going. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and look at a test here. And this test is good. Let's see how that pulls up here. This is a test which I actually asked ChatGPT to make for me. And let's see how it does here. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so as you know, in the test, there are several things which are very important. So throughout every question, you will be graded on pronunciation, intonation, fluency. These things are critical to your success. They're critical to you getting a high score. So I recommend that you, as you're practicing, put a lot of emphasis on those parts. And one of the things I think of, and I teach my students to do whenever they're working on pronunciation, is you've got to actually change your tongue. You can't have a Korean tongue or a Japanese tongue or a Spanish tongue in English. You want to think of having an American tongue, or Australian tongue, whatever. And because the pronunciation is very different. The way the tongue behaves and makes sounds is very different. So as I've learned Korean, I think, I need to have a Korean tongue whenever I'm pronouncing things because it's so vastly different. So what you need to do is think that you have an American tongue and you want to change it as you're practicing and as you're working through becoming a better, more fluent speaker. So let's take a look here. And as you know, question number 1 is reading a text aloud. And the idea here is they want to see that you can uh, read well, you have good pronunciation, and good intonation. So you're following the natural flow of speech. So let's take a look at this example here. I'm going to do a good job of reading it, and then I'm going to show you maybe some errors here. Here we go. Welcome to Citywide Fitness Center. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a wide range of classes, including yoga, strength training, and cardio workouts. Open 24 hours a day, Citywide Fitness is the perfect place for early birds and night owls alike. Join us today and experience fitness on your schedule. All right, so every word pronounced correctly, good intonation, flow. It sounds natural and easy. Um, One thing we want to pay attention to is what's called intonation, and that's basically the tone or the sound, the pitch whenever you speak. So here's an easy one that can help you. At the end of sentences, make the pitch go down. For example, welcome to Citywide Fitness Center. Center. See how it went down? We don't want to go up. Welcome to Citywide Fitness Center. Up is a question. That's not a question there. That's an exclamation mark. Periods. Those all go down. If it is a question, we can go up, but every other time, go down. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a wide range of classes, including yoga, strength training, and cardio workouts. That's weird. That's wrong. Don't do it. We need to have down. Wide range of classes, including yoga. That's okay, a little bit up. Strength training, and cardio workouts. Always in the sentence going down. Open 24 hours a day, even at the comma. It's good to go down there. Not all the time, but most of the time. Citywide Fitness is the perfect place for early birds and night owls alike. 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 Join us today and experience fitness on your schedule. Schedule. Okay, so you see how every time it goes down. That's what you want to do. That's going to be the best way to sound most native-like and most fluent. Excuse me. All right. Continuing on, I'm going to go ahead and skip the question about pictures and jump straight to number 5. For the question about pictures, ideally what we're doing is displaying your ability to discuss and give details. What do people look like? Where do you think they are? What are they doing? What are they wearing? Where are they? Locations, prepositions, these kinds of things. So let's take a look at number 5 here, which is where you respond to a question. Now, typically what they do is they'll give you like a little setup. This research company from Australia is calling you to ask about your participation in a survey. And none of that matters. The only thing that matters is the question. So focus on the question and provide a good answer here. So whenever we have these questions, we want to give as much detail and information as possible in the time that we have. Stay on topic. Here we go. How often do you exercise? I usually exercise every day. Whenever I exercise, it's typically done at a gym. I like to exercise in the morning, and the kind of exercise I do is weight training with a little bit of cardio at the end. All right. So that's a pretty solid answer there. What I did is I said, I answered the kind of the question words. Who? Well, obviously that's I. What? I exercise. When? In the morning. Where? At the gym. How? Strength training and cardio. So if you're able to think these things, think about those words as you're answering, you're going to be able to get a pretty solid answer there. Let's go on to the next one here. And 5 and 6 are similar in their setup. We've got 3 seconds to prepare, 15 seconds to respond, whereas number 7, we have 30 seconds to respond. So let's take a look at this one here. Describe your favorite way to relax after a busy day. Okay, so thinking relaxing after a busy day. Okay, so my favorite way to relax is by grabbing a nice sparkling water and sitting down and watching a movie. This usually happens late at night after I've taken my kids to bed. I just generally like to relax at that time and watch a movie, maybe have a night snack as well. That's the best way to relax. All right. So what I did here is I started with what's actually called a topic sentence, which is where I take the question and I put it in my answer. Describe your favorite way to relax after a busy day. My favorite way to relax is. We change your to my or you to I, and then we answer using the same words. Very helpful, perfect way to answer and to make a topic sentence. And then I went on to describe the details of it. Again, who, which was me, my, I, what, relax, how, watch Netflix, watch a movie with sparkling water, when, at night. So that's how you want to answer those questions there. Now let's take a look at number 7. Number 7 is, it's a similar idea. This isn't actually right. We usually have more time to respond. I think it's 15 seconds to prepare, and I'm not sure how many. I think it's 15. And then we have 30 seconds to answer. So this is a lot longer. So we want to be able to go into a lot more detail about this. So this is where we're still thinking of the who, what, when, where, why, how. And we're going to start off with a really solid topic sentence by taking this question, putting it directly into my answer, changing I to my, changing you to I and your to my, and see how we can do this. Question is, can you tell me about a memorable trip you've taken? Okay, memorable trip I've taken. And I'm thinking of my family. I'm thinking of going to the ocean. Okay. A memorable trip I've taken was a few years ago with my family. We traveled from our home here in Seoul and we went over to the east side next to the ocean. And my wife had found an RV, a camping RV. So we stayed there a couple nights. And what's really great about it is that it's right across the street from the ocean. So in the morning, we get up and we go play in the ocean. And then later in the day, we come back and we grill foods and have a nice picnic outside. The other benefit of that place was there was a little arcade room. So it was really fun for my son and I to play those games together. And we had a great time eating delicious food, playing in the ocean, and staying in that RV. Good. So let's talk about what I did there. First thing is I took this same question and I put it right into my answer. Tell me about a memorable trip you've taken. Copy and paste that sucker right into your answer. A memorable trip I've taken. Remember, we change you to I, your to my, you've to I've taken was a couple years ago and so on. And then as I'm answering, I'm paying attention to who, what, when, where, why, and how. I try to answer all of those things in my answer. I talked about who, which was my family. The what, which was the trip. The when, a couple years ago. Where, East Sea. And how, we went by car. And then the other what would be ocean. What did you do? Grilling meat. Picnic. And the staying in the RV. All right, so this is a really, really a good way to answer. All right, so follow these steps there, pay attention to that. And I think if you do that, you're going to get a really good answer, high score on that one. Let's go on to the next one here. All right, so questions 8 to 10 require you to look at a bit of information, and then you need to give an accurate answer based on that. So what are they wanting? What is the judge, the evaluator, wanting you to be able to do? Well, again, you need to have good fluency, pronounce words correctly, good intonation, but also they want to see that you can answer questions well, find information, and give accurate answers to a client's questions. So, excuse me. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and read through this with you and then answer the question here at the bottom. Let me do this a little bit. We'll slide it down later. Here we go. Information for questions 8 to 10. Event Global Tech Innovations Conference. Date October 22nd to 24th. Location Downtown Convention Center Hall A. Event highlights. Day 1. All right. I'm just going to take a look. And I'm noticing there's 3 days here. Day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm noticing here that there are workshops. And this must be the workshop information. Ticket prices, this is good, and additional info. Okay, so day 1, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Keynote speaker, Dr. Sarah Lee. Cloud computing and cybersecurity, keynote speaker Mr. John Kim. Smart cities and future tech, keynote speaker Miss Emily Carter. Okay, so those are 3 different people, 3 different ideas, topics. AI in healthcare, cybersecurity threats. Notice this is on October 22nd, 1 p.m., 23rd, 2 p.m., Smart Infrastructure Solutions, October 24th, 3:30 p.m. So this is happening on 3 different days. Ticket prices. Okay, we've got 2 different prices here. Full conference, 300, single day, 125. Early bird discount until September 30th, 20% off. That's a steal. Additional info. Networking event on October 23rd at 6 p.m., free for all attendees. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's look at the question. Let's see if you can answer it first. I'm going to give you a couple seconds, see what you can do, and then I'll give a good answer. What can you tell me about the keynote speakers at the Global Tech Innovations Conference? See what you got. The keynote speakers at the Global Tech Innovations Conference include Dr. Sarah Lee, who speaks on day 1, Mr. John Kim, who speaks on day 2, and finally, Miss Emily Carter, who speaks on day 3. That's how we could answer that one. Solid answer, straight to the point, concise and clear. If I had more time or if I felt like it, I could add what their speech was about. Let's go on to the next one. So same information, different question. I'm thinking about attending the Global Tech Innovations Conference. Could you give me details about the workshops? Go ahead and see if you can answer that. All right. There are 3 workshops, and they happen on different days. The first day includes AI in healthcare. It's at 1 p.m. On day 2, there is cybersecurity threats, which is at 2 p.m. And on the last day, the workshop is Smart Infrastructure Solutions at 3:30 p.m. Okay, not bad. I forgot a word, which was workshops. So I had to take a second to look and find that. The error here was I used So ideally, we remove all of the ums and uhs, and we just pause maybe or say well. So instead of saying next time, I would say, well, the final workshop is whatever. So instead of using and the last one here, Here we go. Let's see how you can do it. How you do for this. Okay. Hi, I was planning to attend the Global Tech Innovations Conference, but I just found out that I can only go for one day. I'm interested in both AI and smart cities topics. Could you suggest how I can make the most out of the event? Okay. Your options include attending on day one, which is artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the workshop is AI in healthcare. Or you could attend day three, smart cities and future tech, with the workshop being smart infrastructure solutions. So either one of those days would be a good option for you. If you feel more strongly or more interested in I would recommend day one. If the smart cities are a little more of interest to you, I would recommend that you do day three. Okay, so first of all, I've answered the question. I was able to provide them with the specific days that um, contain the information that they wanted, the topics that they wanted. And then also, I was able to give them a suggestion here, which is I recommend. So that's a really good phrase there. I recommend that you attend. I recommend that you join, and so on. So let me just type that around here somewhere. I recommend. Tum tum tum. Okay, so that's a great phrase that you want to learn and remember. So I was able to answer the question well. I feel pretty good about that. Let me go on to the final one here. So the final question here, by the way, I have a really good video about this. Answering question 11 goes into great detail about it. So I recommend that you go check that out. Question 11. You've got a long time to answer. You got 60 seconds. So you need to have a solid answer. You need to start with a topic sentence. You need to have main ideas, details, and a conclusion. And if you see that you still have a lot of time, go into more details. And with a lot of these, with number 11, a great way to answer is you can actually add in stories. So if you have a story, especially if you're running, you still have a lot of time, add in a story that's relevant and related to the topic. It can't be just a random story about your grandma eating cheese puffs, whatever it is. It needs to be relevant, related to the question. All right. Let's take a look at it. Some people think it's better to work for a large company with many employees, while others prefer to work for a small company with fewer people. Which do you think is better and why? Since I have time to prepare, I will indeed prepare. Here we go. So topic sentence. First of all, I'm going to choose a side. I'm going to say large company is better, and main idea one. By the way, I recommend that you do it like this. Main idea one, and better benefits. Details, that'll be like health insurance, paid time off. I don't know, ping pong in the building. Main idea two is going to be more support from others. So more colleagues and less gossip. And I'm going to skip down to conclusion. Again, I'm just going to write large company is better. Okay. So I have a lot of ideas here, and I think I can use these to make a really good answer. All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, when we're answering, put the question and all of that into your topic sentence. It's going to help you. It's going to take up time, and you're going to sound like an excellent speaker. I'm going to read the question one more time, and then I'm going to get on with it. Some people think it's better to work for a large company with many employees, while others prefer to work for a small company with fewer people. Which do you think is better and why? In my opinion, working for a large company with many employees is better than working for a small company with fewer people. There are several important reasons why I believe this. First of all, a large company is going to have better benefits. Some of these benefits could include health insurance, paid time off, and they usually have a great uh, ping pong table in the room as well. Don't put that in there. I think it's silly now. Um, the second idea, my second reason is there would be more support for my work. So if it's a large company, there's going to be more colleagues. And some of these colleagues I could ask for help from and support from when working on certain projects. Additionally, I think large companies are going to have less gossip. Small companies tend to have fewer employees and they get very close, and many times they like to gossip. And if I have time, I'd share a story. For example, at a previous place I worked at, the when I came into the break room, a couple of the employees got very quiet once they saw me, and I found out later that they were gossiping about me. So I prefer larger companies. So for these reasons, I believe that a larger company is better than working at a smaller company. Boom. Solid answer. To end this, I want to make sure that you add in transitional phrases. These are words like, first of all, for example, in conclusion, and so on. Next, then, finally. All these kinds of words here, add those in. It's going to make your answer so much better. Okay. Good. So if this video was helpful to you, if you got some value out of it, I'd love it if you would like, subscribe, and share, and be on the lookout for my next video. Go ahead and look in the videos that I've made, and I bet there's one that's going to help you. And also be on the lookout. I will be doing another live soon, certainly next week, possibly in a few days. Just be on the lookout, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.